Hi everyone, I wanted to jump on here today with a collective haul. I went to a number of stores over the past week or so. I'll start with the first one being Five Below. I picked up these Care Bear poster collage cards to use in some journals that I'm working on right now. I'm not a huge Care Bear fan, but I know other people are. I also picked up this little box, and when I say little, it's only like the size of my hand, but apparently there's 30 rolls of washi tape in there. I believe it was $5 for this, but whoopsie, lost one there. But I liked the metallic in there. I don't have too many rolls of metallic, so that caught my eye. So I grabbed that for $5. I didn't think that was too bad. I have to chase down that roll so my cat doesn't play with it. They love rolls of washi tape. I actually bought them some for toys. So hopefully they don't steal mine. Okay. And then just today I went to Hobby Lobby to check out their clearance sale that they're having. I didn't find too many things at my store. If you live in a densely populated area, you practically have to live at Hobby Lobby in order to catch the things that go on sale. So I didn't find too much. I picked up this box from the Paper Studio. It's 48 cards and envelopes. This isn't for me. This is for a friend that makes cards. I did like the colors they had on this, though. And they had other varieties, too. Not all were on sale. I think there were maybe one or two others that had different colors here. And there might have been some print ones, too. I'm not sure about that, but it would have been 75% off, seeing it was $2.50 from $9.99, which is probably a pretty good deal. So I picked that up for her. They had these little keys, and they're quite tiny, but I thought they could be added to a page. You could glue it down or sew it on. So I like those for $1.12. A lot that was on clearance was in the jewelry section. So if you're into any kind of jewelry making, you should go check it out. But they had these little tiny little shells that I thought might be perfect for shaker cards. So I picked that up. They had a number of rubber stamps on clearance. This was only 74 cents, and I really liked this wreath. It's not leaves, it's more swirls and flourishes, but I liked it. I thought you could always add a ribbon, whatever you wanted to it. 74 cents. Picked it up. They had these envelope seals for just 32 cents. I thought I grabbed one. Apparently I grabbed two, but that's fine. They're just smiles. You can add them to anything or put them on birthday cards, which would be cute. These weren't on clearance, but I picked them up anyway because I need them. The bulb pins that they call gourd-shaped safety pin. So I was getting low on those, so I grabbed those seeing they were on sale, but not clearance. The Spring Shop, I think the Spring Shop was 40 or 50% off. But to me, they didn't have a whole lot, like as far as stickers and stuff like that goes. I was a little disappointed. I did pick up these flowers. What I do is I cut that plastic piece off in the back that holds on the center of the flower. and glue it down. So they're pretty, and I tend to go through a lot of flowers. They also had these lobster clasps in different colors. They were $2.74, and I thought they might come in handy to attach tassels to a spine. So you can easily remove it if you don't want it on there. I think it's nice to always make them detachable, because sometimes they get in the way or people just don't want them on there. Let me grab that. And the last thing from Hobby Lobby that I got was this iron-on sticker, and it was 69 cents, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with it, but I liked it. So that was one of those impulse buys where you don't need it, but gosh, it's so cute. So you buy it anyway, and when it's cheap enough, you make it work in your head. Okay, so I went to a couple thrift stores, Goodwill being one of them, and I got a few items there, and one was this bag of, what did I pay, $3.52 of ink, and the reason I got it was because I saw the distress ink in there. I don't have much of. I only had one or two. Let's see. Oh, embossing ink. I don't think they're all distress ink, but this one's black, and it was never opened, so hopefully that's not dry. Top Boss, I have no idea what color that is. Pink? Tinted, I guess it's just a pink tinted one. Embossing. This is also black. A Fisker ink pad, which I have never seen. It looks like it's a moss green color, which would come in handy for any kind of botanical journal. Here's another embossing pad, and then, okay, these look like they're all distress ink. Here we have, what color? Peeled paint, which is a green. Fired brick, which looks more pinky than a brick color. To me, anyway. We have vintage photo, which I don't have that one. And forest moss, again, would be great for a floral or plant journal or anything like that. And what did I say I paid for that? $3.52. So if those inks all work, that was a pretty good deal. I was kind of surprised to find that at Goodwill, because Goodwill, their prices are ridiculous anymore. I'll see things that I would really like, but I just not willing to pay the price that they come up with. I found this. It was a full package. I wasn't sure at first what it was, if it was flocking powder. It's embossing powder for $2.31. And I don't have any embossing powder, so I got that. I have no idea what that would even cost if you were to buy it new. I've started to collect some Christmas things. In order to get enough to do multiple journals, you have to start, well, pretty much year-round. You have to do it. But this was an open house. This too was from Goodwill. Originally it was 29 cents. Well, I shouldn't say that. Originally $1.25, and then it was sold for 30 cents. Now it's $1.43. There's no year on it, but they look pretty old. Cute too. I came across one of these. This was from Goodwill also. And I have another one of these, and I just love it. And I really didn't want to cut it up. Everything I need to know I learned from a little golden book. And I love flipping through it and looking at the illustrations. And I have that book. I don't have that one. So cute. So I guess now I have one. That's adorable. I have one that I could cut up and one to keep if I so choose, but I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I found my other one at the same Goodwill, so I got that. They charged me the adult book price, not a children's book. First time they charged me the children's price. This time I paid $3 something for that one. I also came across this paper. I think they consider it just aged paper. I don't have a lot of brown in my stash, so I got it for $1.43. This aged kind of thing isn't really my style, but seeing I didn't have a lot of brown, I picked it up. It might be fun to do like vintage ads and stuff on it, so I got that, and it looks like it's a full pack. If not, maybe a sheet or two was used from that. This is from a different thrift store, and this was $3.99 for this ribbon, which seems kind of high, but heck, it's almost Dollar Tree prices, right? Because they're $1.75 now for a spool of ribbon there, which to me is ridiculous. But I liked this Americana because I have plans for a red, white, and blue journal this summer for the 4th of July, and I really like that ribbon. I guess if you like it, it's worth it. This was okay, but it's not the one that grabbed me. And then there's these little spools in here. Oh, one's a polka dot. There's a polka dot, a stripe, and the stars. That's all one. I can't separate that. But there's the polka dot, the stripe, and the stars. So somebody got rid of their American themed ribbon. And then this was also in there. It says happy birthday. Oh, there's cupcakes on there, stars. And then the yellow and green are solid. So that was in there. And then this one, which is red with blue and white stars on there. And that's a full spool, not been opened. So I got that. I don't need ribbon. I seem to have a weakness for ribbon, just like I have a weakness for paper. Okay. I also found this bag. Not that I want to use it as a bag, but I really liked the fabric, and I thought it would be great for a fashion journal. With the shoes, the hat, the purse. It's quite thick. It's almost like upholstery fabric. Like something that would be used for a carpet bag. But it caught my eye, so I got it. I think I paid $1 for it. I found this tissue. It was one of the trips where I found next to nothing. But I thought I could make tags out of it. Tags or pockets. And I found what works great is spray-on adhesive. I use one by Elmer's, and I spray it on the cardstock and then flip that over and put it down. It sticks really well. And it keeps the texture, like if you're using a napkin to do it that way, it keeps the texture, and you don't seem to get any bubbles in it or wrinkles. So I like using spray adhesive. So I'll be making tags with this. with the spray adhesive. I also came across this entire, it looks like it's a full spool of this trim. I think it's, yeah, it stretches, it's elastic. But I thought that would look cute on a page. I like the shimmery. And again, I thought of a botanical. Little pop of glitz there. So I picked that up. And then there's this store that's local to my area. It's really, I guess you would say it's a grocery store, but they also have a closeout section in it. And you go through the closeout section, you never know what you're going to find. So they had these little spools of ribbon. They were 8 for $1. No, 4 for $1 is what they were. So 25 cents a piece. And this one just has like the squiggles on it and lines, like confetti, I guess you might say. The pink background. This has some scroll work on it. That's a beige background with a Wedgwood blue. Another pink background with a cloud and a moon and stars. Kind of has a baby print to it. This one has crayons and hearts and multicolors. This one has cute suns and You Are My Sunshine. Too cute. And then this is nautical with sailboats and anchors. This one has unicorns on it. So that would work for like a preteen tween girl. And this just has pink, blue, and red stars. And I thought they'd all be nice to line a page. You got a lot of variety. I have no idea how much is on that spool. 6 feet. So not a whole lot. But I picked up this aluminum foil tape. I think I've done it once before where I lay it down and put it with a metal cutting die and put it through my die cutting machine. Not my electric one. I have a Cricut, but I almost prefer the crank one. It's just simpler. Don't have to go through the software and all that jazz. So, but make metal stickers with this. And I think it was $1. I've seen it done with colored duct tape that you can get at Dollar Tree too. So that's what I got that one for. I picked up these napkins with tulips on it. I thought they'd be nice for a spring journal, a botanical journal, floral journal, any of those. And they also have these hair elastics, and I like to use these as the closures to the journals. I used to be able to find them there where they were all white, but they only had these colored ones, and I probably should have bought more in case once they sell them out, they're gone. It's kind of one of those situations where they may not get them back. So, and I like my closures to be a low profile, and I like them to be totally removable. So if someone doesn't like that on there, they don't have to use it. And I like that these particular elastics are thin and flat. So if you have them standing up on a shelf it doesn't take up extra space. And that is it for my haul. I didn't get too much. I haven't been too lucky lately, and the estate sales have been almost non-existent lately. And if they are out there, they're art collections. It's not stuff I'd be interested in. So my stash, it's not growing very much, but that's okay. I don't need it, right? We all have more than we need. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon, guys. Bye.